Hey boys and girls, welcome back. We are going to play with the Ghia. So, I ordered wheels for the rear, because on Sickweek you have to run drag radials or slicks. Problem is, there's not a good selection that will fit a Ghia. So what I did do was I bought some rims from CIP1, and these are nothing fancy. I don't want it to look fancy. I want it to look stock. So these are the 5.5 inch rims. They're Chinese made rims. So they're actually 5.5 from inside to inside. And I knew these would be kind of like a hit or miss for back spacing, because I don't have a lot of room on the outside of the body, so the rim needs to be moved in. And when I looked at it, it said it had like almost 4.5, 1/16 off 4.5, so it was like something like a 4 7/16 or 5/16 inch back spacing or something like that, right? Anyways, they measure different. All right, so measurements, from my knowledge, has always been, the rim width is from here to there. Back spacing is from the mounting surface to the lip here, right? Well, CIP measures from the mounting surface to the outer lip of the steel. So it's more like 4 inches, 4.25 at the best, because this lip, as you can see, is a good 1/4 inch deep. So it might be like 4.25 inches at the most back spacing. So anyway, needless to say, I'll show you a picture. But my tires hit. They rub. So today we're going to play, and we're actually going to do some hillbilliness. I'm going to cut the welds, and I'm going to try and push the center of the rim in. Alright? And we're going to see if we can make the offset way out here. Alright? Basically 0 offset. And the reason being is if I can do that, and I can get this thing centered, then even if I go too far, I can add wheel spacers if I have to get the wheel centered up. And the reason being is I bought tires. Actually, I bought 1 tire. So Ben had some Phoenix slicks on his car at one point, and one of them got orphaned. It actually fell off the truck and trailer and never to be seen again. So he had 1 Phoenix slick. They're 7 inch wide, 26 inches in diameter, and also, so I have 1 slick available, being cheap as I am. Phoenix, right now, was having a sale. These things were $100 off. Usually they're $280-ish. That thing was like $180 for 1 tire. So if you're in the market for slicks, go check that out, Coker Tire. So anyways, I figured I'll take the gamble. Most of the slicks and drag radials are in the $300 piece range. For $160 to be able to have a pair, I'll try it, right? Because Ben has one that he'd give me. So we mounted it on this rim. I put it up on the car. Of course, it was really tight, but when I put weight on the car, it rubbed right here, right on the edge. So that's why we need to move the offset here, because there's plenty of room on the inside. There's an easy 3/4 to 1 inch on the inside, but there is 0 clearance on the outside. And where it rubs, over here, it was on the other side, but where it rubs is right here. Here. So if we can move that tire in and rim in, then hopefully we're good, because you can't put wider fenders on a Ghia. And yes, they make wider trailing arms. Plenty of people make narrowed, wider, anything you want. Narrowed trailing arms are a thing. I just don't want to spend $700 on a set, and that's the cheap set. Quality name brands like Ron Loomis are like $1,100, $1,500. So we're going to play with this, and we'll get back to it. All right, redneckery, here we come. Grinder, generator, because I actually cut my cord and I thought it was my extension cord. So anyways, we've gone through, probably pissed off all my neighbors, and we cut the welds, and then we took a hammer and smacked the center, and we've now freed the center. So now I am probably going to bang it in some and see where we hit. Alright, it's under here. So I whacked on it once or twice. It was really not crazy, but let's see here. This is maybe 1/8 of an inch there. So it's just about to touch there, and it grows out. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to try and make it go, but not crazy. I might take it off and put it on the ground and try and tap it around that way and see if I was trying, but to hit it like on the edge here, and that seems to make it more localized. I can put it on its face here and tap around the centerpiece and get it a little more square, I think would be the way to go. A lot of on and off doing it that way. But it's not crazy wonka, you know. So that's probably going to be it for today, boys and girls. Some more redneckery so we can get this under here. Let's see here. It looks like it will clear now. Definitely in the front. The rear, this bolt may have to be flopped to the inside. The spring plates are slotted on both sides and it's threaded in the trailing arm. And that's a 69, 70 only thing. That could probably be put on the inside. Let's see how it looks. Here. It's still close, but I think it might work. I hope it will work. Counting on it working. But we got still, that would be about a 1/2 inch to the bolts there. The tire does balloon out, but right about here, so that bolt can go on the inside. The shock mount here might be an issue, but then again, if we have to, we can put spacers on it. But mainly we're looking for clearance right in this area. And I think we're going to be close, but we might actually work. So anyways, boys and girls, I'm going to keep playing with this one day. It is very loud when you bang on that rim. I'm going to give my neighbors a break. Get out there, get your projects done. We're going to try and get this thing done this year. Not bad. It's welded. Let's see here. Just a little flux core welder, so what do you expect? This brake is dragging. But Not bad for a redneck. Alright, we got one on there. That's actually the rim for the other side, but it's the one that has the tire on it. Let's see here. And we finally have clearance. Let's see if I can put that like that. Got clearance pretty much all the way around, it looks like now. And I had to take the bolt out of the double spring plate. It has an extra bolt up here to clear there. There's like 3/8 of an inch clearance. That's going to look pretty cool on there. There we go. The stop, though, I'm probably going to have to modify at the top there. That's getting pretty close. But it all clears now. There's a good, right there would be the closest, but when the tire goes down, it goes forward, so at this point. But we'll know when to drive it. Getting there. Well, I couldn't stop the day without checking the passenger tire on the passenger side. It will clear all the way around. So now we got to see, Ben, do you think you can balance this monstrosity? Only time we'll find out, but the bump stop is definitely going to have to be modified. And then I realized the bolt, the extra bolt, you can't put on the back side because when the swing arm comes up, it gets stuck in the tower for the shock. So it just stays out because it's not needed. But there we go. Not bad for 2 days work.